Hooray.
One of them, 45 minutes, almost on the minute. No, actually, on the minute.
Couldn't have timed it better if I tried.
That was a very intentional accident.
I'm separating it for YouTube, so I don't have to edit it myself. Just called up Charter and just said, hey, just called up Charter and hey, can you like wait 45 minutes and then just switch the off button for a second? You What?
I didn't say anything.
I won't.
Oh, someone else. Got it.
Of you. That was Tammy.
Ah. I was reflexively going to make some sort of like joke, but I I literally did not know what to say because they were all going to be terrible. And I didn't want to piss her off, you know.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Well, good thing you saved right there, though.
Yeah?
We didn't lose anything.
Bitch. Ow. Come on. Oh, do their projectiles not count?
Not the needle ones, no.
Of course they don't.
I can see this part being frustrating to you because what you gotta do is kind of weird.
I'm assuming I have to toss the projectile into all of the things, but also keep up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was hoping that the needle projectiles counted.
You know you can do that without jumping, right? Like you can hit the button while you can redirect while standing.
And I missed.
It took me like a good several tries when I did this.
fuck no.
I wait in vested interest for this new song.
Oh no.
I heard fuck no. Fuck no.
You idiot, you idiot, you idiot. No, god damn it. I got so close.
Yeah. It'll get that way. Zen mode activate. Well, Zen clearly doesn't work for you.
Obviously not. That works, I guess.
As a temporary measure, I will take it, but I am still upset.
Don't fuck it this time. If you must fuck it, at least cook it dinner first.
If you want it, then you better put some steak in it. If you want it, then you better put some steak in it.
That works. Huzzah.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Now what? Ah. Get the feeling I should do that.
Now begins. Yes. Yes. This is not so much a boss fight, but this is what equates to a boss fight in this game.
Okay. Niagara restored the element of waters. With this one rekindled, there's 2 more to go. Ah! Aha! Rushing water.
Yes.
Well, at least it spits you back out. I don't have time for you, bitch. Leave me alone.
I love the music here.
Yeah, it's wonderful. soothing, but at the same time
Intense.
tense. It's essentially telling me to relax, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ow, death, ow, ow, death, death, death. What? What now? What? No. What?
There's the blue spring pad in the middle.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you didn't overlook things when you're panicking.
Fuck you, frog bitch. Alright, I'll brute force it. Never mind, brute forcing it was a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a bit slow. You know, you can go all the way up with that. You don't have to stop the platform, is what I was trying to get at in that early part.
Okay. You fucking penis
Hit
bastard.
you.
The stupid penis creature.
Ah.
Jesus.
Yep. That's exactly what I was telling him.
Who's talking?
Sparta.
Yeah, can't exactly see chat right now.
He just said exactly what I said earlier. Run, bitch! Run!
Splooge!
Victory!
Oh man, I'm covered in earth splooge.
That's the
think
worst
it's
thing to
called
call
water.
water.
That's called water? Whatever. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, this is really cool.
What the fuck? God damn it, I'm wet now. Who did that? I took a shower yesterday. This is not dated.
Bird up. Dun, dun, dun.
Ah! No, creepy owl thing.
Yeah, that's our antagonist in this game, the creepy owl thing. It has a name, but I'm not giving it away just yet.
Terrifying sight.
Oh yeah, it is so ominous just to look at it.
Oh. Hi Jabba. Glorious kindness would once again save my child. Oh, this thing.
Gummo, you fat son of a bitch! You helped us out.
Oh, it actually spoke English. Holy shit.
What did it say?
It just said my name, Ori. I thought I had lost you to Kuro's talons of hate, but it was Guma who saved you, delivering us from an uncertain fate. Please tell me you're not going to start rhyming.
No.
Thank God. But look here, with the Genzo tree restored, Nibble's waters are clear. There's no time to lose. Let's make haste. The element of wind's next, resting deep within the forlorn ruins. Inside the misty woods, there's a key that will open their gates.
I really don't remember saying rhyming that much.
The more powerful you become, the more I learn how to talk. Ah, swim.
Yeah. So, now for the most part, those purple sludge places are now actual water that you can swim in.
That's good.
And you can eventually get an ability that lets you breathe underwater permanently.
That would be very nice.
Yeah, because you'll, some of these places you're gonna end up rushing just because you are about to run out of air.
Underwater kind of sounds like a Finding Nemo movie.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
You like that? It's like Subnautica all over again. Except I've never played Subnautica because I'm too much of a chicken.
Yeah. I know there are bigger things in that ocean, therefore, I will not get in that ocean. But it's the planet! Exactly.
Okay, I don't think this area is for me yet. And I'm dead. Awesome.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yes.
You don't have to be going this way just yet.
Okay.
Matter of fact, a little bit of backtracking would help you out tremendously. Since you have the lamp, the lamp redirect. You got the double jump. Ah, geez, just looking at the backgrounds in this game is beautiful.
Yes.
I just like to imagine whenever that happens, it's Ori telling Sane to bang his head against the door. Because that might work eventually. Oh, to fight these guys, you blow up their outer shell and then they start taking damage. You do remember how to blow things up, right? Now it'll take damage.
Need a map stone. That was a waste.
Oh yeah, to get through there you need the stomp ability.
Well, where do I go then? Or do I just need to warp somewhere?
I guess you do need to swim down. need to make sure to
Just can't
stop
get
for air
distracted.
on your way down.
Just can't get distracted.
Yeah.
So. Okay, well, good. I just died, so. Oh, that was for nothing.
I love the sound it makes when it breathes. It's so cute.
Ow. Double team, bitch.
I think you can get up to like 3 different targets at once eventually.
Ow. God damn. I'm getting achievements left and right.
Shit, your gamer score is going above mine. What will I ever do if I have to give a shit about that?
I can honestly say I've never given a shit about it in my entire life.
Yeah, I know, but it's like Xbox expects you to take it seriously, and I'm just sitting there thinking, why? What does my gamer score get me?
Yeah, me too, Ori.
Alright.
Over there, I'm guessing?
You gotta go back up.
Yeah. That was a bad idea. Oh.
Gamer swollenness.
I don't know if I'd call it that, but alright.
I'm trying to think of like what the words on their own are funny, but trying to put an image to it is very difficult.
I've gotten to the point now where just the word gamer can just get me to just die laughing.
Yeah, I can see
Just
it.
because it's been overused in so many situations, so I'm just like gamer and here.
Yeah. I'm just imagining like your thumbs have developed like incredibly muscular arms that end in more thumbs. So that way you can just like position your thumbs over the controller and the other muscular thumb arms press the buttons for you. That's what I imagine gamer swollenness to be.
At the episode of SpongeBob where he says, "I have muscles on my eyeballs."
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I have muscles on my thumbs.
Ben Swallow with MLG glasses. There we go. I don't know what that is.
Ben Swallow.
Just the name alone worries me.
Remember Remember the second Star Wars, the second sequel movie? Whenever the scene where she sees him with his shirt off, just wearing those high up pants.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The meme is essentially, he looks a bit swole. He looks a bit too muscular in that, so people just like made him extra wide. They nicknamed him Ben Swolo.
Yeah. I forgot that Kylo Ren's name was Ben Solo.
Yep. Which kind of sounds, honestly, Ben Solo kind of sounds like a metaphor, like one of those metaphor names.
Yeah. I don't know. It just sort of. It seems a bit too, Albus Severus Potter for my tastes.
Like really, like not even like on the nose, like you punch the nose.
Harry guaranteed that his kid would be bullied in Hogwarts by naming him that.
I mean, granted, if you look into what Malfoy named his kid, he didn't do him any more. He didn't do him any more favors.
Oh crap! What did Malfoy name his kid?
Scorpio.
Oh crap! He's an edgelord.
It's either Scorpio or Scorpius or some shit like that. I can't remember. Go over here now.
Was it Severus Albus? I'm pretty sure it was Albus Severus, right?
It was Albus Severus.
Either way, it sounded stupid.
And then at the end of the last movie, they like make a point to say both of his names before sending him to the train.
You have to say his full name, and everyone in the audience groans. Except for the kid, the edgy emo kids who have to aww.
So Harry Potter fans.
Yeah. You know what's really funny about that whole setup there? Everyone's like, Severus Snape was such a hero.
Ability tree.
Yeah. Oh, here's where you learn Stomp.
Elo was the stoutest of all the spirits, the most powerful ever seen.
Yeah,
Now
just
here
call
he
him
rests
fat
turned
like
into an
everybody else.
ancestral tree. You're not getting away with it, narrator. Just call the kid fat.
Like everyone always says Severus Snape was such a hero, and yeah, we can say that because we are the audience. But Harry Potter spent his entire youth to adulthood hating Snape until he found out he was a double agent. He hated Snape enough to begin with. Then Snape killed Dumbledore. Spoilers. But I mean, it's been out for years now, both the movies and the books. But he kills Dumbledore, and that's just even more reason for Harry to hate Snape. And then Snape betrays Voldemort again. And it's like and then Harry finds out about that. Honestly, there are way more black notes on that. Not black notes. Way more negative marks in Harry's opinion of Snape than positive ones. He should still very much hate Snape.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't have
Word
named
on
his
the platform.
kid Severus. Oh, you gotta push down the... You gotta push down that, stump.
I'm trying to, but it's not working. Unless you're talking about another stump somewhere.
That's the stump, the one you're standing on.
Man, the one time that I want a purple penis creature to come shoot me in the face is the time that it doesn't.
Oh, that lamp up there, you're not going to be able to jump off of it.
Because it's red and corrupted.
Yeah. You need to use another skill on that, but you don't have it yet, so...
I'm holding the button that's for pushing things, but it's not
No.
pushing things.
You jump up on top of it,
Okay.
and then you stomp on it a few times.
Oh. Okay. Fuck!
Oh, and stomping breaks these things' armor too. Stomp does a humongous amount of damage.
Eat my tiny, adorable asshole.
I'm gonna ask you to never say that phrase again. I would very much prefer if you did all of us stop it with that.
Every single ounce of a stop it. Of course. Nope, no secrets. Okay, going this way was kind of pointless. But this is probably the way to the area with that I need more abilities to get to.
Yeah, now you can make your way, over there.
Further back. Backing this way.
Oh, you can stomp right there. On that log.
Ah! Ability point.
Huzzah!
Now it move on time. Should heal. Mapstone fragment. Oh, that phrase is ruined for me forever.
What phrase?
I got an achievement that was halfway there, and my mind immediately went, whoa!
Living on bread, take my hand, and we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, living on a prayer. Great song. Great everything.
Pretty sure I went the correct way.
I'm going to have to pull in Master Oogway and tell you that there are no wrong ways.
Okay.
I tried to go to the fire area. That is the wrong way. Let's all face it. We need more Master Oogways in our lives.
Yeah, we do. No. This way.
My little brother actually showed me something very funny. For once,
Uh-huh.
instead of what he thinks is funny.
Right.
And it was, someone took the song, Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. And they adjusted the lyrics to where it's the exact opposite of what he's usually singing about.
Okay.
So it's like, ah man, I can't describe it off the top of my head, but it's like he'll like the beginning lyric of the actual song is "We're no strangers to love."
Mm-hmm.
So the actual song starts off with "We're strangers to love." And it's like,
I don't know the rules, and neither do you.
yeah, it's stuff like that. And at one point,
Smash.
at one point in the song, that I thought was the funniest part of the entire thing was, he says, and I can't remember the lead-in phrase of it, but it was, what was the lead-in phrase? Give me just a second. It was one of those. It was one of those non sequiturs where he's like, "Man, I can't think or talk right now." But the idea was, he says something like, "You want commitment, but I don't give a shit." and in the entire video, they're giving subtitles so that way you can actually hear what he has to say.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you can't hear what he's saying, you can read it. But when they put that part, when the word shit came up, the word just expanded bigger and bigger on the screen as long as he was saying the word. I'll see if I can find it so I can send it to you. Because it's really funny.
Well, if this isn't the definition of a soft lock, I don't know what is.
I think this is it, but I gotta make sure.
What? I didn't even do that on purpose. I did it by accident. Oh, come on. Okay, now that I'm actually looking at, I actually looked at chat for a second. The thing that you told me not to say ever again does sound like a line that that Angel Dust would say.
It very much does, and it's a terrible thing, really.
It's a bad idea. This is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea. Hello, Sloth. Welcome back.
Hey! How's it going? I just put something in the meme section if you want to check it out. What, in like California?
What's happening?
Apparently it's hot as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is that way here too. So you're not alone.
High 90s all week. And no AC.
Oh,
Hey, if you
Worse.
start doing the workout, you could end up like Saitama.
I don't think sweating was involved in that exercise.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Material.
turn on AC.
Oh, okay.
He did it to condition himself to elements. And they can't
sense.
fix it because of COVID. Damn it, Corona-chan!
God damn it, Corona-chan.
This entire vacation I went on, the coronavirus kept coming up and people kept talking about it and the things it was doing, and that would pop into my mind every single time, but I never said it out loud because I'm on vacation with my parents. They're not gonna think it's funny.
If they even get it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm one of the...
Then why is it a wig?
Do what now?
Sparta says that he doesn't
Oh.
think his family would approve of him losing his hair because it's an heirloom.
I get the pun, but I'm also gonna be that person to say where grammatically that makes no fucking sense. Because I am an English nerd.
I'm in that weird little magical area between normie and weeb, but I appreciate both sides.
Or you could just do the thing that I do, which is not talk to any of them.
Not.
Because that's how I get through most of my family gatherings. It's just like, hey Cody, you're here. Hi. Forgot about that area.
Ah,
How much
yes.
of a dick it is.
The Crusher of Doom.
The Soul Crusher. And then this area is the meat grinder.
I prefer the term Orphan Stomper.
Makes sense. Gonna love this area. I don't think
No,
yeah, I don't.
making you meet Phoenix. Thank you very much. No, people know I watch anime, but I never really let it take over my life. That's sort of where it really started to become a weeb.
Eh. For me, it's mostly to the point where, pretty much any time I tell anyone older than a certain age that I watch anime, they're just like, "Oh, I know why you watch anime," and they like wink at me, and I go, and they don't correct them on it because it would take too long to explain.
It's easier just to let them think that you're a pervert than explain why anime is actually awesome as shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because if I let them think they're a pervert, if I let them think I'm a pervert, then they're half right, but not fully correct. That plays some bit into it, but it's not the whole deal. Just got a shit ton of time. Yeah, that it is. I'm there for both the plot and the plot.
Hey, Alex.
Hello. Are you here to watch me die? Oh, good, because I've been doing plenty of it, so you'll be satisfied, I think.
Bandage Brothers. My
I heard
reasoning
that's a good
on-
show.
Here's my reasoning on that. I don't watch anime for plot. I watch it for actual plot. Because I want to enjoy actual plot. If I wanted plot, I'd look up porn and watch that.
Like the Whisper mission. I don't know. At least I may be dying a shit ton, but at least I'm enjoying this. I like it if it's a super cringy rom-com.
I mean, if it's
Isn't-
done right,
is-
if it's done well, I can get behind it.
I actually think that it's getting... I actually think that the way those types of animes are now is getting to the point where that's a genre in and of itself now.
High School DxD, is it done right? Well, no, that's not a rom-com. That's like that's a
Technically, if we're looking at the,
if we
the
think about it,
material-
it could be an isekai, a harem isekai.
if we're looking at the material inside of the show, it is a supernatural. It would be in the supernatural section because of the
yeah, there's a lot of boxes that show ticks.
I don't know where to go.
Good news, no one does.
Everywhere I go, it just ends in death.
I think you got it right.
Thankfully, there's no falling damage.
Yeah. But why would you put falling damage in a platformer? What good
What is
reason
this?
would there be?
What is this? What is this, Bubsy?
Yeah, that's
Falling
pretty
damage?
much how DX works, Sparta.
They put falling damage in their 2D platformer?
I don't think that playthrough.
Well, heck, considering how it's been going so far, I don't even know if I'm going to finish this game. If I keep getting stuck like a moron. I always forget about that. I miss Prince of Persia too. And by that, I mean I miss when Prince of Persia was good. That's what I miss about Prince of Persia, when it was good.
What if I told you they were making a Prince of Persia game, but he's not actually a prince? He's actually an accountant. Don't you want to play that game?
Persia. I mean, it depends on who it's made by. If it's made by the people who made Papers, Please, maybe.
No, it's made by the people who did, man, I forget the name. What was the name? It was made by 3DO.
I remember who that is.
Godai.
Oh God.
Okay, I guess I gotta explain that for Celeste, don't I?
Yeah, you might have to. Son of a. Glad I saved.
So, 3DO is an incredibly shitty company. Yeah, as Alex says, it was made by the same guy who founded EA. But it was so absolutely garbage that they sold next to nothing and they died on their feet. And I happen to have one of their games that is complete and total garbage by the name of Godai. And I am almost certain that that game is so bad it is one of the hidden portals to hell that is in our plane of existence.
It's what you have to do to suffer in one of the circles. They don't torture you. They don't drown you in like boiling blood or boiling metal or anything. No, they just hand you a copy of Godai and a PlayStation 2, and they're just like, play this. You're just like, this is a video game. They're like, yeah, we know. Put it in. And then you put it in, it's like, it can't be that. Oh, God!
Not Goat-I. Godai. Godai. One word. It was very, very bad.
Yeah. I agree with Sparta where I did think Warrior Within was probably the best one, because that's when it really ran into the combat. But I also did like Two Thrones, mostly because of the cinematic QTs.
I have never played any of these games, so
I know that phrase is like poison to some people. Whenever they hear cinematic QTEs, they're like, ugh. But me, I'm just like, I'll take that. Because I like cinematic QTEs.
you probably like Asura's
alone.
Wrath then.
Oh, I do. I just haven't picked it up to play it yet.
That game is all about some cinematic QTEs. They're actually better depending on how well you actually match the button presses.
I also like Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because as I've said before, I'm a sucker for like execution moves and counter kills, and there is 1 and 2 thrones that I would constantly repeat. It's because you know how Prince of Persia, how you can like jump onto hanging beams and like slide down it like a fire pole.
Well, no.
I'm just not. There was one where you like would slide down all the way, and then there's an enemy there, and for some reason, the Spartan I'm talking about. For some reason, the Dark Prince. I think it's also kind of where I started to like chain whip type weapons. He had a chain whip weapon, which you could use for like traversal and fighting or whatever. But it was like barbed on the ends and like razor wire essentially. And then you would get on the pole, you would slide down it, you would press the button to attack him, and then he would grip onto the pole with his legs, swing down, swing his chain blades down, grab the enemy by the neck, and then slice his head off that way.
That was awesome.
That was the best execution in the whole game. Now I need to figure out how to get out of here. And then we had Prince of Persia: Forgotten Sands.
Best one in the series, I'm assuming.
It was the Prince of Persia game they made after the movie.
I didn't see the movie. I don't know anything about this entire series.
So it was very much the movie game.
Ah.
I mean, it still had things to make it unique. It still had unique mechanics and characters and a unique story, but yeah. They gave him the name the character had in the movie, so it's like, oh, it's just the movie game.
Okay.
And then there was the other Prince of Persia game that went under the radar, which was probably one of my favorites. It was just literally called Sloth's got it. The reboot game. I actually kind of like the reboot game. It had its own unique art style.
So if I were to like get these games, do you think I'd enjoy them?
You literally can't die. Yeah, you get saved by her a lot. But remember, I am big giant bitch baby, so I don't exactly mind that. Yeah, you can get the originals. I think you'd like. I mean, the first one is obviously the first one, so it's probably a bit slow, but it's still good. Warrior Within is definitely, even though it is good, it is definitely, it was definitely a victim of the sequel has to be edgy formula. Because they went with a shit ton of edge in the second one, but it worked, so it was fine.
That tasted like chimichanga.
Is that a good thing?
Well, I did eat a chimichanga today, so yes, that's a good thing. If it came up as something completely weird, like, say, teriyaki chicken, I'd be confused and very concerned.
His edginess would make Devil Eye jealous. I don't know if he's that edgy.
How are you gonna make Devil Eye jealous of your edge? Devil Eye is the edgiest edgelord.
Warp time!
I don't feel comfortable borrowing games from people, but I am fine with, like, a temporary trade.
I don't know if I should be here yet.
You're better prepared for it now, actually. Besides, you learned two really useful skills for, like, the rest of the game in here.
Fuck it. I don't know where I am, so I'm just gonna kill myself.
That's probably fair.
The theme of this game is... the theme of the game is literally I Stand Alone from Godsmack. Yeah, I remember that now. I remember that trailer. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can probably look up I Stand Alone, Godsmack, Prince of Persia 2, and the trailer will probably pop up.
Well, I'm not gonna do that, because I got sleep to do tonight.
I mean, I do too, but I'm also doing this, so... Maybe if this area wasn't so flippin' dark.
Stick to the
That's probably the
platforms
point.
that are actually lit, and you should be fine.
God damn it, I'm so bad at this game.
I don't know what the Haka is. Let us see here.
I think it was
Whoa!
I think it was one of the villains. Shadow demon type shit.
That thing looks awesome. Why isn't that a persona?
Right? It's definitely got the name for a persona.
Yeah.
Dahaka. Are these spirit platforms?
Yes.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to skip that, I'm sorry. It's given to Naru, who stood by your side. Ah, it's a light. Ah, it gets rid of the things. gets rid of and reveals at the same time.
It dispels
So I
some
double jump.
and then spells others.
It's been a while since I played it, but pretty much the only thing that I remember about Prince of Persia 2 was fighting the crow demon at the beginning of the game. You son of a bitch.
You gotta be ready with those attack buttons. And you just gotta run from that shit?
In the beginning parts, yeah.
Cool.
I think at some point you learn how to actually hurt it, but
So is it like for the PlayStation 2 or is it for the 360?
it's for the, I played it on the PlayStation 2, I believe. You can't make a soul link in an unsafe zone. But this entire zone is unsafe, so what the fuck do you want? Oh, okay, never mind. Remember, stupid.
Rules to understand about damaged. Rule number 1, am bitch. Rule number 2, am stupid. More rules as we progress.
Never got to finish the game because your brother left both discs out and scratched the fuck out of them.
Ah,
Yeah, I kind of, not that I have much character to soil, but I'll soil my character a bit and say that I used to be one of those people. Where I would be like, why do I need to put the disc back in the case? I'm gonna play it later, so I'll just leave it out. Needless to say, I don't do that anymore.
when I was younger, my little brother, he would come into my room to play games because he was too young to have a console. And he would get mad at me whenever I wouldn't let him play games because I'm playing something.
Mm-hmm.
And I would get mad at him in return because he would never put anything up right. He would leave things out of their cases, he would throw the games on the ground when he was done with them as opposed to putting them on the shelf or putting them near the console or something. Well, one day, I had made a serious amount of progress in a game I had never made that much progress in before, and I'm like, okay, I might actually end up beating this at some point. And then he took the game out of my PS2. He put it in his own game and dropped the game in its case on the floor. And then once he was done playing his game, he walked out of my room, stepping on the case, breaking the game. And I was so angry. I was so angry. And rightfully angry, too. Like, It was my right to be angry at that, but my parents wouldn't let me yell at it.
Oh, permanent light up fire. Very interesting. Can I use these to jump off of?
No.
Aha! Am I supposed to be
Yeah.
keeping this thing?
Yes, you are. You are supposed to hold on to that.
Okay, good. 'Cause that's what I've been doing.
It's a power source for something later on. You want to hold on to it as long as you possibly can.
You're the person that's obsessive about keeping it in the console or in its case, and if it's in the case, I make
I'm
sure
the
not to
same
even
way.
scratch the case.
Well, later on he went ahead and bought me a replacement for the game, so like with his own money that he got for that he saved up from like Christmas and stuff, he bought it himself. He was cool about that. He's grown up a lot, and he actually takes care of his games now, and takes care of my games.
As I said, I used to be one of those people, and then I had situations, as Alex described earlier. I didn't lose 3 copies of the same game, but I lost a copy of one game that I really liked, and I was like,
Never again.
probably time to start putting these in the cases.
Yeah.
I think I remember exactly what game it was too. I think it was my original 360 copy of Assassin's Creed 2. Because what had happened was, even though I did do the thing where I left them out of the cases, I still was careful about them. Like, I didn't put them like disc reading side down or anything. I put them down like front side down. So even though I was too lazy to put them in the case, I was still careful about them being out of the case.
Yeah.
But I had played the game in my 360 so many times that the middle part of the disc cracked and a part of it broke off.
Ugh.
So even though the rest of the disc was fine, it also read that part, so it just stopped working. I was like, Cha. Not all of those were your fault. I know the biggest one that wasn't my fault was when my little brother accidentally destroyed my copy of Alien vs. Predator, the video game.
Why is it younger kids destroy video games?
I don't know.
It's the worst. It's like,
I mean,
if
he
it was
was
something
like,
cheap, I could get past it. Like, oh, you broke that McDonald's toy. Okay, that's fine. But that thing, those games are like $60 when they first come out.
Yeah. I mean, granted, he's like, like what, 4 or 5 at the time, so I can't exactly get too mad at him because he doesn't know any better.
I wouldn't know
But-
the answer to that, Sparta.
Random question about discs while we're on the subject. Why are the reading sides of the original PlayStation and PlayStation 1 games black? It's a good question. Not a question for me. But essentially what happened is I mean, granted, you would think that even someone who's, like 4 or 5 years old would see me carry this console back and forth, and it's like, oh, this... I mean, granted, like I said, he's 5, but still. It's like, he's carrying this thing around like it's pretty important, so I should probably leave it alone and not move it out of my way while I'm trying to get something while he's playing the game.
I can't tell you how many times he almost destroyed my PS2 while I was playing it.
So yeah, I'm just playing the game like normal. Like, doing the Alien vs Predator thing and killing people.
Don't worry. Don't worry, he'll bring it back to you.
Okay, that's good. Anyway, playing it, just la-di-da, kill humans, kill aliens, kill predator creatures, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And then I guess for some reason it was in his way, and without telling me, which is the worst part, just being like, "Hey, it's in my way. Can you, stop it and move it so I can get the thing?" And I'd be like, "Sure." Turn it off, move it over, get it, and then turn it back on and keep playing. No, he just like, and just not only does I know picking it up is bad, but the sound I heard when he did automatically told me that game was probably fucked, because he picked it up, I just heard a grrr. I was like,
yeah.
and then surprise, when I ejected the disc, there was this big ass ring scratch around it, and I was like,
my little brother, he was a baby when this was happening. Like, he barely learned to walk. He would walk into my room constantly. Like, he had no understanding of the word privacy. And it destroyed me, because he never would leave me alone. He had to be in the same room I was, and that means he had to be in my room. He had to be in the bathroom when I was in there. He followed me around everywhere, and it drove me nuts. But eventually,
heave it, Ori.
he would walk into my room while I'm playing video games. Pretty much, the way my room was set up was there was a path in it, and it was a big old U. And at the very bottom of the U was the foot of my bed and my TV. So I would sit at the foot of my bed with my controller that was wired to my PS2. And he would walk in, ask me what I was doing, and I'd tell him I'm playing video games. Which video game? This one. Can I play?
What's that one?
Can I play a game? Can I play a game? Not right now, I'm doing this. Can I play this game? No, I'm playing it right now. Okay. And then he'd walk out, and about 5 minutes later he'd ask me the exact same questions again and again. Well,
sounds about right.
Every single time he'd do this, I'd have to pause the game and lift the wire so he'd go under it so he could sit next to me on the bed. Well, this time, before he finished asking the questions, he just gets up and starts walking and hits the wire and drags my PlayStation 2 off the shelf and has it land memory cards first on the ground. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? and I'm like, I tell my mom exactly what happened. Like, this is why I need a lock on my door so he doesn't keep coming in here and doing this. And then she's like, I doubt it'll happen again. It happened the exact same. It happened again, same day.
The same day?
Yeah, it was bad. So eventually, I did get a door that locked.
Iggy was looking for Naru, but she was gone when he came. Swift like the wind and sprinted with haste.
Yeah, get that ability. That is the most useful ability in this game.
Dash. Hopefully my right bumper actually works for this game.
And that works in midair too.
Oh.
I heard you just making that noise. I'm like, what happened there? Did his dog bite his ball sack or something? And then I watched the roof drop near you, and I'm like, oh, okay, makes sense.
Holy Jesus. And that was the closest to a heart attack I'll ever have.
Oh, dear fuck!
Oh boy, here we go. Alex is bringing up Destiny 2 platforming already. Well,
I
mean,
don't.
I guess.
I don't remember Destiny 2. Even though I beat it with you guys.
Even well, I guess Sparta started it earlier, so.
Yeah, you gotta be on that dash.
I mean, to be completely honest, Sloth, you're not really missing anything, honestly. In my opinion. Because even though there are a lot of cool things, there's a lot of cool space stuff in it. Cool, you know, space guns and everything. It's just... Son, it's a loot shooter, and it definitely has the DNA. So you play it, and you're just like, oh, the stuff is cool in this, and the cutscenes are good. But then you play the game, and you're like, oh, this is a lot of bullshit.
One thing I do like about Destiny is that the shooting always feels super good to do.
Yes, Sparta kind of got it.
It's always very satisfying. Neither am I.
Well, pretty much the only reason I was into Destiny was because it was a FPS in like super future space, and it was like, fuck yeah, I much prefer a super future space shooter to Soldier Simulator.
The 98th.
Soldier Shooter Emulator number 102 out of 3,000.
This time they have a guy with a mask that's half of a skull.
I mean, yeah, there's also Halo for the Super Future Space game, but Halo seems to be more military centric, and that's always kind of put me off to it. It's still good, and all the playthroughs that I played of it I enjoyed, except for Reach because of bullshit and bitchness.
And because I am bitch.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Bullshit and bitchness.
Is that the next Dungeons and Dragons game?
Bullshit and bitchness.
Oh, that'd be a fun game to play. The homebrew campaign.
But yeah, Halo was always military centric, and I was just like, military. Still kind of other games ish, but after playing a few of them, the concept has definitely grown on me. That's for sure. But most Destiny was just like super space future and random magical bullshit because space magic.
It felt more freelance than military. It was very much like you are your own commander.
Freelancer bounty hunter-ish
Yeah.
type thing.
Especially considering that there was a bounty system in the game.
Space Titan Lightning Punch. Or depending on which subclass you choose, not only Lightning Punch, but Lightning Flight into Ground Pound.
I preferred playing a hunter in that game. Playing a hunter was fun.
Yeah, Hunter's fun for a certain personality type. Hammer throwing.
Hammer throwing.
Yeah, Solar Titans.
Oh. Sure, I don't mind
Okay,
doing
then.
it sometime.
Yeah, sounds fun. Maybe sometime in the upcoming future. I just don't know when. I gotta go through this shit again, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know exactly why Titan is always your last choice, Sparta, because women can't be Titans.
I remember that.
Ah, sweet. I tickled his funny bone. I got Alex to laugh.
Okay, now I'm gonna do what I probably
Now
should
save.
have done, which is save.
Yes.
Well,
Oh.
Sloth doesn't get the joke, so now we gotta explain it to him.
Okay,
This will be fun.
While we were playing Destiny, we we got into a discussion. Well, I wasn't there for this discussion, but Damaged, Alex, and Sparta got into a discussion about like how they prefer to make their characters, and Sparta pretty much exclusively went with like Awoken because he plays female characters exclusively, and he likes the way that the Awoken's ass looks compared to other people's, even though all that really changes is the face. I guess it's just the power of imagination or something. But anyways...
How do I...
Oh, once you're on that little square nub at the bottom, you jump over the boulder. So anyways, he would play Awoken females exclusively. And he didn't like the way that female Titans looked. So he made the claim that they're not, that women can't be Titans. Not that he thinks that aesthetically men make better Titans, but that women should not be Titans.
Like it was a vehement no. I don't know what square part you're talking about. I stood on the square part and it did literally nothing.
No, you're not supposed to stand on it, you're supposed to jump over the boulder from it.
I'm doing that and it's not high enough.
Just keep ahead of it by dashing then, I guess. As much as you possibly can. What really got me about this whole conversation, though, was the fact that Alex made the argument that robots are super generic and not interesting at all, so the Exos, he never likes to make them. But my counter to that is,
I think he might have changed his
person. Where have I seen
think he
that before?
I think he might have changed his stance because he likes the Exos now.
Probably because he realized you had a very, very shitty stance on that.
Fucking finally. I get that you want me to understand that I have an achievement, but you don't need to slow down my game to do that. And great, now I have no way up there because I'm stupid. The only reason I like playing as a human Titan in Destiny is because it has Matt Mercer as its voice actor.
Go ahead and throw down a save.
Unsafe zone.
Because I'm pretty sure the stream fucked up again.
Yeah, it did. Why is it after I buy the camera? Damn it.
It's the stream, guys.
Can y'all at least still hear me? Or is just everything fucked? Okay, yeah. I can still be heard because I just heard myself when I turned it up. Okay, another reset. See y'all in a minute.
Okay.